to this briefing that you heard from the ANC in Gauteng. Breaking news on the agenda's watch. We know that Khusela Diko, as well as Loyiso Masuku and Bandile Masuku, will appear before the Provincial Integrity Committee. Let's bring in Samkele Maseko, live for us there, who's been monitoring this story. Samkele, biggest takeaways for you?
Khusela Diko, effectively, with immediate effect, Bandile Masuku, the MEC of Health, and the MMC of Cooperative Services in Johannesburg, Loyiso Masuku, will appear before the party's Integrity Commission with immediate effect. Those are the decisions that were taken in the Special Executive Committee meeting of the African National Congress here in Gauteng. Furthermore, there will be an immediate leave of absence for the duo of the Masukus as MMC of Cooperative Services in Johannesburg, Loyiso Masuku, and the MEC of Health in Gauteng, Bandile Masuku, takes immediate leave of absence from work. In fact, as we speak now, the Provincial Secretary of the ANC and other PLB officials of the party in the province are going to have an engagement on who will become the acting MEC of Health in the province. As yet, they have not yet concluded on those particular deliberations. But Jacob Kawe is saying that Khusela Diko, Bandile Masuku and Loyiso Masuku will be subjected to the party's Provincial Integrity Commission, and the PIC will have to finish its work within 2 to 4 weeks to bring this issue to finality.
So just help us clarify some issues. The PEC, did they receive a report from government which made them say that, hang on, there needs to be further investigations with particular issues, correct?
That's correct. The PEC did receive the SIU investigations into the procurement system within the Department of Health, and the PEC, there was an overwhelming view that more investigations need to be done in the procurement system in the department. The Provincial Secretary Jacob Kawe is saying the PEC felt as if, I'll say this in isiZulu, that it's as if uyafika, uyathatha, uyatapa. You're basically getting and going to your grandmother's house, taking and leaving, and there was no proper tender procurement system that was put in place within the department. Also going further to say that this necessitated the PEC to say to the Premier that further investigations need to be done. First and foremost here is that it is Bandile Masuku, the MEC of Health, who raised the issues of the tender procurement system within the department and called for the SIU investigation in his deliberations with the Premier of the province. But the PEC of the ANC in Gauteng feeling as if that no more investigations need to be done within the department. But also another interesting issue is that the PEC also says that the tender system in the department was situated as if some official in the department was calling individuals and asking them if they can deliver on the work or not, and calling whichever companies they feel like calling, and the procurement system wasn't opened up to South Africans and to the residents of Gauteng who are within the business fraternity and who would like to do business with the state. Very worrying sentiments coming out of this PEC of the ANC on the procurement system in Gauteng.
Yeah, I think the words they used was, is there a possibility of a tender bonanza in Gauteng? Well, that's what is being investigated, isn't it, Samkele? With regards to this letter of cancellation regarding the tender linked to Khusela Diko as well as her husband, well, mainly her husband who bidded for this, we're told that that contract was cancelled. But you posed the question to the ANC with regards to if any letter of cancellation was produced. What sort of response did you get?
The Provincial Secretary Jacob Kawe simply says that no tender cancellation letter was produced to the ANC. There is no documentation that the ANC PEC or the deliberations that he, in his capacity as the PS, had with the three individuals, that any cancellation letter was provided. They did not ask for it. The Provincial Secretary Jacob Kawe going on to say that it is only within the Provincial Integrity Commission of the African National Congress that Khusela Diko will have the opportunity of presenting this particular letter if it does indeed exist of the contract being cancelled. One would assume, plain, that you as a company of Royal Park, even though it's not owned by Khusela Diko, just to put that and make it categorically clear that she does not own the company is owned by the husband, King Thandisiwe Matekane Diko. There's no cancellation letter that has been provided. You would assume that the company would send an email to the Department of Health officials in cancelling this particular procurement of this particular tender. I'm just going to bring in the ANC's Provincial Secretary, Jacob Kawe, to further expand on these particular issues, particularly on the issues of the cancellation of this contract and why they, as the ANC, never asked for this particular letter, but it was not provided, and issues of the Integrity Commission need to be ventilated. They've been given 2 to 4 weeks to finalize their work on this issue. I'm further going to hijack Jacob Kawe now. Here he comes on this cancellation of this contract, and effectively who will be our MEC of Health, since he's going to a boxing ring with Premier David Makhura and the chairperson of the ANC. Why didn't you ask for the cancellation letter of the contract?
No, we were not doing any form of investigation as the PC. We were having a political discussion on the impact of the allegation to the party, and therefore resolved that we create a space for Comrade Khusela to be able to produce any material and any evidence in respect of her statement. And we think that the PIC is the right structure to probe on various statements, letters, or any other evidence that exists, be it in the social media or with comrades, that would help the PIC to process the matter.
PS, on the issues of the cancellation of this particular contract, did you as the ANC have anything to say when it comes to the issues of how the contract was cancelled and what process was followed with this regard, and did it have any negative impact on the ANC since the letter of the cancellation was not provided?
No, we didn't have anything to do with cancellation or accepting an appointment. We were told as evidence given to us by our leader, Comrade Khusela. And we felt that perhaps the PIC would be ideal to scrutinize that. And after 2 to 4 weeks, the PIC will give us a report, and then we can have more details in that matter.
Who's going to be the acting MEC of Health in the province, since we are going into a conversation with Premier David Makhura and the chairperson on this regard?
The normal procedure is that the Premier makes a proposal to the officials, and the officials engage with the Premier, and the determination is taken. So we're still going to discuss that.
How long will that deliberation take? When will the residents of Gauteng know who's their acting MEC of Health?
I'm sure they will sleep knowing.
Thank you very much, Nopala. That was Jacob Kawe, the Provincial Secretary of the ANC, saying that the residents of Gauteng will know who will be the acting MEC by the end of business today. They are going into those deliberations. Should they agree, an announcement may be made. Blaine, I seem to have lost you on the line there.
All right, Samkele Maseko, live for us there. Thank you very much indeed for your reporting. We'll wait and see. Remember that the Gauteng government will be making some sort of announcement. It was scheduled to happen at 12 o'clock, but we understand that it's been moved to 1 o'clock. But we will have our reporter on the ground, Khusela Diko, to give us the very latest from that press briefing.